Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Underdog. Today, we got ourselves Season 2, Episode 8, Under Control. This episode, I'm still not really sure when I wrote these. I think it was last year, like summer of last year, maybe. I think is when I wrote some of these. I think. Well, no. I don't know when I wrote these, but I just know it was not this year that I finished it. That July 9th date is incorrect. So, let's just get right into this. Season 2, Episode 8. The three are standing in the destroyed lab, and Atlas zooms into the room. Dylan stands up from leaning on the wall. About time. Dylan, I'm sorry, but a lot has happened since you guys left. Like? Stripe and Miranda locked down the city. What? Miranda? I'm surprised too. The four stand there for a few seconds till Jake gets an idea. I know where we can have a new base. Where? It cuts to the four standing outside the warehouse where they fought Alan. Really? Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with setting up here. Well, alright then. Dylan walks up to the door, he bends over and lifts it up. They all walk in and look around the warehouse. Alright, in the meantime of setting this up, I'm going home. Zara, you can't go home right now. Look, if they try and capture me, I'll alert you guys instantly. Dylan walks up closer to her. Please don't go. Zara sighs and turns back around. Dylan, don't be worried about me, please. Alright, just be safe. I will. Dylan grabs her hand and smiles at her. 1 second. Dylan grabs her hand and smiles at her. She leaves the warehouse and Dylan walks back over to Alice and Jake. Dude, she likes you so much. I know. Ask her out then. I'm planning on it soon. Give her lilacs. Trust me. Okay. It cuts to Dylan standing on top of a building, scouting out for Stripe and Miranda. After looking around for a little, he sees a Tesla shooting green lightning into the sky. Atlas zips behind Dylan. I couldn't find anything. Well, I did. Look. Dylan points to the Tesla. What the hell is that? It's some kind of Tesla thing. It's harvesting something. Harvesting what? I don't know, but it can't be good. Why would Miranda do this? Seems like an awful quick change. What was she like when you guys went to the movie? She was perfectly fine until... Until what? Until some guy broke in. And you just decided not to tell anyone that a guy broke into the theater? He came through the emergency exit. He was wearing a black hoodie and black everything, actually. Dylan looked at Atlas. What? That was the Black Death? He did something to Miranda's mind. Instead of getting someone who's fought me before, he got someone who's personally close to me. Damn, he is pretty smart. Nothing we can't stop, though. Zara walks out of a portal behind them. Hey, guys. Oh, hey. She wasn't gone for very long. We got the control center set up, and Jake's on the comms. Oh, wait, never mind. Hey, was that Jake or radio static? Zara makes an annoyed look at Dylan. It cuts back to the team hanging out at the warehouse. Dylan walks to the center table. Where are they? Where are they keeping all those people anyway? Yeah, it makes no sense. How did they just get so many people off the streets that quick? I tried doing a heat scan and nothing popped up. The Tesla is hiding their heat signatures. It's creating some kind of barrier blocking out signals. That makes a lot of sense. A small earthquake makes everyone in the warehouse shake. Then it stops suddenly. What was that? Alice runs outside and sees the Tesla's lightning getting more intense. He speeds back inside. The Tesla's getting stronger. Alright then, we have to take action right now. I agree. Jake, get to the control center. Zara, Atlas, let's go. Dylan, Jake, and Zara walk out of the warehouse. Jake, he's supposed to be the control center, I thought. Dylan, Jake, and Zara walk out to the warehouse and teleport to the roof next to the Tesla. I got this. Alice tries to jump to the other roof with the Tesla, but he bounces off a green barrier and falls off to the ground. Ah! Alice zips back to the top of the roof. Good job, Atlas, Dylan says sarcastically. Why don't you give it a try? Instead of throwing myself at the barrier, I'll try and get rid of it. Dylan sticks his hand out and tears a hole in the barrier using his powers. Alright, go in now, Atlas. Alice jumps through the hole and brings his hand back in a punching form. He gets close to the Tesla and punches it, turning the green lightning into the same color of Alice's lightning. The change travels up the current, turning it all blue and then shutting down the signal disruptor. Atlas lands on the ground and Zara and Dylan jump on the roof. Miranda, Stripe, Black Death has hypnotized you. Miranda pulls the pitchfork off her back, and Stripe pulls her sword out. All right, we got to knock some sense into them. Zara jumped in the air and spawns a rock on top of Miranda. She rolls out of the way with Dylan right behind her. She swings her pitchfork, but Dylan creates a Dylan creates a sword of ice and fire, blocking her strike. Dylan pulls back and is about to hit Miranda's head, but Stripe pops in to block the hit. Alice speeds in and bashes through the middle of them. Stripe falls back into the edge of the building, hitting her head, making her go back to normal. Miranda, still under the influence, she flings her arms back, throws her pitchfork, stabbing Stripe in the back, making her fall off and die. The three from the team watch as this happens. Atlas, why didn't you do anything? Why didn't you do anything? Well, it was just Stripe, so it doesn't matter. Dylan, it was still a person. All right, it's fine. Just let it happen again. The three realize they forgot about Miranda, who's missing. They all look around and Miranda lands on Atlas's back, knocking him over. She pulls up a knife and is about to stab him until a black gust of wind blows her off. In front of Miranda lands BD, Black Death, if just to refresh your memory, who's kneeling when he lands. The team steps back a bit and BD stands up. He pulls a scythe off his back and slams the bottom of it on the ground. For 1 minute, can you guys not intervene? You think you're so smart, huh? Controlling people close to me now? You go from Red Rose to Moon Monster to Sharp Shot and now to Miranda? Wow. Aren't you smart? So why are you here? You're still a teenager, right? So I'll give you a pointer. BD throws a scythe over his head and brings it down, but time slows and Alice walks over to BD. He grabs a scythe and pulls it out of his hands. He throws it away and goes back to normal time. Oh, that's cute. BD calls back the scythe to him. He hits Atlas to the side, knocking him down. I'll be back for you once I take care of her. BD walks over to Miranda, grabbing her by the head, and dissolves into the death realm. Zara and Dylan are watching in disbelief while BD takes Miranda. Dylan runs over to Atlas. Hey, man, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Alice gets up off the floor. Where's Miranda? Black Death took her. What? We have to go and get her right now. Atlas, calm down. You want me to calm? You want me to be calm? He kills the people he contracts in there, and he brought Miranda. We still haven't found out how to even get in there. We have to find out how to get it. We have to find out how to do that right now. Atlas, I know you want to save her, but if it was Zara, what would you do? I would be calm. Sure. Atlas runs away, leaving Dylan and Zara alone on the roof. It's not your fault, Dylan. He'll come around eventually. Right now, we just got to go back to the base and wait for Black Death. Dylan floats up and flies home. Dylan taps into a private channel with Jake. Jake, hey, why are we chatting on a private channel? I'll explain in a minute, but is Atlas at the warehouse? No, I don't know where he is. Good, I'm coming there and I need some improvements done to my suit. What are you thinking? Upgrade the lenses and put some golden tint on my suit. Sounds fire, man. I know. Dude, now is not the time to be worrying about your suit. Is it just me who seems like that's a little stupid? It cuts to Dylan and Jake standing outside of a steaming box. How long till it's done? A few minutes. Why? You want these upgrades anyway? Why, sorry. Why do you want these upgrades anyway? I'm gonna fight Black Death on my own. Are you asking to get yourself killed? I'm the leader of this team, and I call the shots, so bam, I'm doing this on my own. Atlas and Zora aren't gonna like that, and I don't like it either. Well, I'm sorry, but you can't force me to do anything. Well, when you're dead, don't blame me. I can't blame everyone if I'm dead. Good point, I guess. But look, Dylan, you can't do this alone. So what do you suggest I do? You still have that timenizer watch? Dylan looks over to Jake and it cuts. Dylan and Jake are standing over a small box on a table. You want me to call Timenizer to help me fight Black Death? That's exactly what I want you to do, Dylan. If you don't want your team to help you, at least get help from an extraterrestrial being. Alright, fine. Dylan picks up the watch from the box and tightens it around his hand. He puts his fingers to the hands in the watch's face and adjusts it to 12:34. The watch emits a blue light and a door and blue stairs appear behind Dylan. Dylan turns around and Timenizer steps down from the stairs as they dissolve. Timenizer reaches the ground. Well. Look who's back calling me. Timenizer, I need your help. What is it this time? You're the controller of time, so you have to know the man in control of, well, death. Oh, Black Death. Hate that guy. Why do you hate him? He has no feelings. Well, none of us controllers of the forces really do, but he's just cold and evil. What do you expect? He's literally death. Okay, whatever. Why do you need my help with him? He's trying to kill me. He doesn't just kill people for fun, so why is he coming for you? He said something about a death date. Did he say your death date is past due? Yeah, you know something about that? I do. Let me check the logs real quick. Timenizer pulls up a list in the air and types in Dylan Ezekiel. Hey, look at that. Your death date isn't past due. When is it? I can't tell you that. Damn it. I'll go have a talk with Black Death and see why he's coming after you. Timenizer swirls into the air and disappears. What the hell? It cuts to Timenizer walking out another door to Black Death, sitting on his throne, twirling the knife Sharpshot died with. Well, you're just the person I was looking for. What could you possibly want, Timenizer? I want to know why you're trying to kill Dylan Ezekiel. Oh, that superhero guy? He's past his death date. Timenizer grabs BD by his tattered hood and throws him across the grand room. BD crashes against the wall, cracking it and falling to the ground. Timenizer teleports to DB on the ground. BD, sorry, not DB. He picks him up and presses him against the wall. Controllers do not kill for no reason. Do you understand me? BD smirks. I do, but I don't give two shits. BD calls two skeleton hands to pull Timenizer off of him, and he pulls the scythe off his back. Timenizer, I like to play by my own rules, and it seems you can't handle that. We're controlling the entire universe, not playing a game. BD throws a scythe, but Timenizer, I'm just going to say Timenizer. TM sounds stupid. Timenizer spins to the right, dodging it. Look, Black Death, just admit you were in the wrong and go back to being a normal controller. Ever thought I didn't want to be a controller? You dragged me out here out of my will. If anyone should admit they're wrong, it should be you. Me? I saved your life. Before you met me, you were a damn drug dealer, a sellout football player who lost all of his earnings gambling. I was handling myself, Stuart. Hey, don't use my real name. A rule of being a controller? Wait, no. Sorry. A rule of being a controller. Oh, come on. What is this? Detention? I'm out of here, man. But if I see you trying to kill Dylan one more time, watch your back. Timenizer swirls away again. What a dick. BD turns around to see Miranda leaning against the castle wall. Oh, hey. So you weren't always a controller? You heard all of it, didn't you? I did, but hey, we all have our ups and downs. Well, I'm done with the damn downs. It's time to strike. But he said, I don't care what he said. And it doesn't matter because he said me, not you. So he won't know that you're part of this. You're right. And hey, one last chance. If you fail, you're dead. I won't fail. It cuts back to Dylan sitting in the warehouse waiting for Timenizer's return. The door appears again and Timenizer walks out. So what happened? I tried talking him out. I tried talking him out of it, but it didn't budge. So watch your back. I might need your help again in a few days. I'm going to need a way inside of his castle. They stare at each other for a few seconds and it cuts. Zara, Jake, and Dylan are chilling out around the warehouse until a large charge channel goes off. Finally, the warehouse satellite is up again. Now you can see where all these people are being held. Jake clicks around and turns on the heat signatures. They're being held in the sewers. Really? The old abandoned ones. Alright, well, let's go. Wait, are we going to wait for Atlas? He made it pretty clear that he's not coming back. Alright then, we better get going. Zara makes a portal to the sewers and her and Dylan walk through it. Once they get out there in a brick sewer, the wall's entangled with vines. I don't see anyone. Zara taps into the comms. Jake, where are the people at? They're behind you. She turns around seeing a brick wall. There's a wall there. Zara and Dylan look around the wall for any way to get in. Zara, stand back. Dylan walks in front of the wall, part of the wall that has a weak infrastructure. He brings his fist back and charges it with his powers. He steps forward and punches the hole, breaking a hole in the wall, throwing bricks everywhere. Dylan sees an ominous white hallway. Zara and Dylan look at each other and start to walk down it. Once they reach the end, they open the door and see thousands of people in cages and a pit of fire. You seeing this, Jake? Yeah, what the hell is going on down there? They start to walk closer until Miranda falls down in front of them, landing on her knees. She stands up. You guys aren't welcome here. She snaps and skeleton hands grabs Dylan and Zara, throwing them in a cage. It pans over to a skeleton in a chair with a mic on. It looks like we have some special visitors. Underdog and the sorcerer. The skeleton crowd gets up and celebrates. A guard latches a neck lock, dampening Dylan and Zara's powers. Underdog, you're up. Up for what? The fire pit. Dylan walks out into the plank, leaning over the 50 feet deep hole. In 1 minute, the one and only Underdog will be pushed into the scorching pit. The screen cuts and a timer above the pit has 10 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dylan gets flinged off, but midair, time slows down and Atlas runs into the room. He jumps to Dylan and grabs him out of the air, saving him. He lands on the ground and drops Dylan. Dylan stands up and Atlas electrocutes the next lock, disabling it, and he throws it to the side. He speeds Zara down and does the same to her neck. Atlas, look, I'm sorry about... It's not the time for apologies, Dylan. The three look up and see Miranda gliding down towards them. Midair, she shoots small rockets out of her shoulders. Dylan blocks it with an ice wall. The rockets destroy the wall and Miranda lands in front of them. She grabs 2 knives from her side and throws them at Dylan and Atlas. Atlas runs and picks him up and throws him back at her, chipping her chest plate of armor and sending her back, falling into the fire pit. Atlas's eyes widen and he runs, jumping off the plank, diving after her. Once he reaches her, he grabs her and holds her close as the green glow starts fading away from her eyes. It slows as they fall. The more they fall, the fire engulfs them more and more until a portal teleports them back to Dylan and Zara. They land on the ground with Atlas still holding Miranda. They hit the ground with the green glow from Miranda's eyes fully faded away. Oh, look at you two. Atlas lets go of Miranda and rolls away, helping her up to her feet. I just saved her. Nothing about it. Yeah, whatever. Guys, all the skeletons are gone. Alright, look, we gotta get it to the warehouse and finally stop this damn guy. The end of episode 8. So, that was actually, it made sense. The story was a little here and there. It was a little out of it was a little wild. I mean, jeez. There's just a pit of fire in some sewer. I don't know, but thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time.